right? So we should know the data type and the respective memory they take and their default value, okay, and which type of value and what is the exact range they can take. Okay, so we'll start with Boolean. Okay. 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 So Boolean memory size is not clear. Okay. It's not like it's very minimal. So we'll say not applicable for Boolean. Boolean default value is false. Okay. Only true or false. Two values only Boolean can store. So in Java, if I define Boolean and let us status, so status can have true or false. If you not define anything, so by default it will take false. So if anyone asks you as, okay, what is the default size of Boolean or what is the default value of Boolean, so what you will say? You will say false. Okay. Now come to the byte. So right now you have to remember, okay, okay, what is the size of, so byte is a data type which memory size is also 1 byte. 1 byte equal to 8 bit. Clear? This is a memory size. And the default value of this, what is the default value of this? Default value of this is 0. Okay. Now come to the range. Because byte is taking 8 bit memory size. Definitely it will have a lower range, right? So its lower range is minus 128. So it will take values from minus 128 to plus 127. Positive 127 from minus 126, positive 127. So how we'll calculate this, right? I just said, okay, it's 128 and 127. So you should ask how you know that it's negative 127. So basically there is a calculation that you can also do. So what you have to do, you have to know that, okay, byte will go till the minus. So you have to do 2. And then what is the 1 byte equal to 8 bit? So 2 put a power of 8. Okay. Now you put the power of 8. Then you have to reduce minus 1 on that. So, and then negative value. So what it will come? If you calculate, it will come 128. Okay. You want 2 power of 7. Okay. Okay. Now, when you go to the positive side, this is negative range. When you go to the positive side. So positive side, how much? I said 127. How it is 127? So see this. So exactly 2 power of 7, and then whatever total come, just minus 1. Okay. So basically the formula is 2 and bit minus 1 and total minus 1. From negative side to the bit value minus 1. Okay, this is the formula. Okay. It's clearly visible, right? Okay. So byte, if someone asks what is the byte default value, you can say with the byte default value is 0. What is the size? So 1 byte. What is the range? So minus 128 to minus 127. What will happen when we assign more than that? That we'll see once we discuss the range. Then we'll go to the program and then we'll see what will happen if we assign more than 127. Okay. Okay. Now come to the character. So character data type will take 2 byte of memory. How much? 2 byte. 2 byte equal to 16 bit. Clear? Okay. Okay. What is the default value of character? So character default value is ASCII. We'll read about ASCII later. ASCII 0. Unicode. I will explain everything. But right now you have to remember Unicode /U 0000. So this is the default value of char. Okay. Okay. Char character range always start with positive number. So when someone asks you what is the range of character, you have to say 0. It will start from 0, not from minus something. Okay. So from 0 to what I said, the power of 16 minus 1. Okay. So when you calculate, it will come 65535. Clear? Okay. So similarly, when we go to sort, okay, so sort will take 2 byte, okay, and sort 2 byte. Now I don't have to tell, okay, 2 byte is exactly how many bits. Okay, the default value is 0, and the sort range will go from minus. So same formula you have to apply. Which one? The formula you applied on byte. So -2, total byte -1, then 15. This is negative range. 2, positive range what? 2, power of 15, total -1. So you will calculate, you will get the value. Okay, I'm not going into details of that. Okay, just sake of so that you guys know that, okay, how they are saying exactly this much range, or this much till this range it will accept the value, right? Sort. Similarly, long default value is also 0, and long will take 8 byte. Okay, you can write on this formula 8 bytes. So what will happen? So 64 minus 1, 63. So -2, power of 63 plus 2, positive, uh 2 having a power of 63, whatever result will come -1. Okay, same thing will happen with float. Default value is long also 0. Okay, float default value is 0.0. Memory size is 4 byte. So same range, like you just calculate 4 means 32 minus 1, so 2 by power 31, right? Similarly, it will go positive. Now come to the double. So double size is also 8 byte. 8 byte means 64 bit. Default value 0.0. Okay. Now you have to calculate the range. Okay. As I said. Okay. Now you remember I just shared the details about primitive data types. Okay, this much memory they will take and all. What about user-defined data type? So any user-defined data type, we call it reference type. What we call? Reference type.
Sorry to interrupt.
Reference. Yeah, tell me.
So
Yeah, tell me.
So the character data type values are the 2 power of 16. Yeah, by
Only for, yes. Okay, only for characters. Okay, it is like 2 to the power 16. If you see other all are numeric, so they will follow the same formula. Only character will, because it start from 0, so it's have a certain different thing. Okay, so we should not subtract -1 from the power. Okay, other than that, all are following the same formula. Okay.
yeah, okay, correct. So
Okay. So
character was not in the negative side, right? So
yes, that is the one thing, and the second thing is that I will tell you. Second thing is that character Unicode. That is a character standard that we have, which is called Unicode. How ASCII we have, right? So Unicode range start with 0 and end with 65,535. Okay, so basically it's I comply all this Unicode in Java. Okay, that is one of the reason it's having a range from 0 to that. And whenever I calculate, I used to calculate from 0 to 2 power 16, and whatever total value come, I will just -1. Okay.
okay, thank you.
Okay. Now come to the reference type. So reference type means later on, except this primitive data type, any data type that user defined, right, which come under reference data type, default memory size is 8 byte. So any class, anything that user define, like any string and all, array and all, by default they will take 8 byte, and default value is null. What is the default value of reference type? Null. Okay. Clear? Okay. Now come to the point of reference of the. I am not going much details of the reference data type right now. Okay. We supposed to after this range, and we're supposed to start the variables. Before going to the variables, we'll go through 2-3 like a small example of data type and the value they store, and then we'll go what is variable, how many type of variable we have in Java. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. Clear? So you all are able to see that, right? Okay. Okay. So now initially we started with Boolean. So we'll take how to define Boolean, how to assign a value to Boolean. So what I'm doing, Boolean, okay, status equal to true, right? I said Boolean memory specification is not clear. It's take very minimal memory. Okay. So what type of value store? It will store value in true and false. So I can either store true and there is no error. Okay, let me check it can store 0 or not. So what it's saying, it cannot store 0. It's saying required type Boolean. 0 is not a Boolean, so it will not take. Okay, let me false. Correct? Okay. Now we'll go to byte. Okay. So what we know about byte? Byte default value is 0. So let us assume I take num. Num is a variable type name, and then I send. So I said, what is the range? I said -128. So I will give -128. Okay. And then I will print this. We'll see what will happen. Okay. So I'm just so -128 to +127. Okay. Let me. So 128 printed. Let me go to positive range, and then we'll go beyond the range, and we'll see what will happen. Okay. And you guys have to keep in mind. You will ask this question later. What will happen when we pass a value which is beyond the range? Okay. I will explain in details in one class what exactly happen when you go beyond the range. Okay. So now 127 also got printed. Okay, what I will do, I know the range is 127. So I will just pass 129. So what it's saying? Cast to byte. Okay, it's saying it's not a byte value. If you want to assign, you have to cast it. Okay, don't bother about this. We'll see what will print first. Okay. What is printing? You guys able to see that?
Yes.
Okay, so what is printing?
Minus negative value.
Okay, so in Java interview, if interviewer come and he say this, let me take another value. What is the output? So what you will say? Like you cannot guess the output, right? It's printing -56. So it's very difficult to guess the output. It's going beyond the range. So there is we can also guess that output correctly. Okay. So there is a class where I can tell you guys exactly what happened when you go beyond that. So basically what happened, we assign those value. Okay, we convert those value into binary, and then we store those binary value into 16-bit or whatever memory space the data type have, and then we'll see like where we are losing the byte. Okay, the bits, and the bit we lose we calculate the remaining bits, and then we'll get the value exactly that data type is holding. Okay, so I will explain in details in that class, because right now we have to go through other things. So I just point it out so that when I explain, you guys come to know that exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this when we are going beyond the range of the data type. Okay, clear here? Okay, negative, if you go negative also same thing happen, positive also same thing happen. Anywhere you go beyond the range, there is a complications, and it's pretty difficult to guess the output, but still you can guess the output. Okay. Okay. Now come to the character. What is the character size? So in Java, when you define character, you just remember I have taken let us assume I get an alpha. Okay. Now, so I am going to assign a character. So whenever you assign a character, you must put the character in double quote. Okay, I will tell you the reason of that in Java. You guys have to remember this. So I'm just alpha. Okay, and I'm going to run this one. So it's got printed C, right? Okay, now you have to tell me, you guys have to tell me the output. What is the output? What is the output? A. Why A? That, okay. So in Java, I said, right, character is a numerical type, but it's take a character value inside double quotes, right? Okay, when you pass any number, if you pass any number, let us assume I'm passing 3. Okay, let's say what it will print. So it's printing something, but this console is not supporting that character. That is the reason we are not able to see that. Okay, if I type 48, it will print a. Anyone can tell the output? Any one of you? 0. So there is a coding, ASCII coding. Okay. So its a range start from 0 to 255. Okay. So what happened? 48 is a ASCII code which stand for 0, 49 is for 1, 50 is for 2. Okay, we'll talk about ASCII. 97 is for a small a. Okay, 65 is for capital A. Okay, so if you see when I type here, it will print a small a. When I write here 65, okay, it will print. Okay, but don't bother about this. When we learn about ASCII, Unicode, we are just focusing on range and how we can assign a value and print right now. Okay, so no need to bother about that. How it's happening, I'm not able to understand. Not needed. When it's need, I will explain. Okay. Okay. So now character is clear. Now we go to the sort. Okay. Sort. So I will take st and I'll assign any value. Okay. So it's simple. It will behave like any integral data type. The only thing is that it's having a less range compared to int or long. So you can store only within the range. So sort, and if you take int num 67, so it's sorry, interval. So it's same. Only thing, so what is different range you should take within a range. It is having a bigger range than sort. So if you have to do calculation which will go beyond the sort range, you will take int. If your calculation go beyond the integer range, you can take long, right? Okay. And then if your value will have a decimal points, okay, floating points. So what you will take? You will take float, right? B 0.05 f. This is float value. Okay, in float, if you want a bigger range, okay, let us assume a floating point number only, but bigger number than whatever, like a number go beyond a floating number only, which go beyond float range, then you need double, right? Okay, double d equal to, sorry, double d equal to, I'm just saying. So you guys know the range, you guys know the value, how to assign a value, which type of value it will take. So this is thing. So double. So we know float, we know long, short, and all. So this is clear or not? Like memory size is clear, range is clear, default value is clear, right? Okay. Now we'll see the default value. Which one will have what? So I will assign boolean, bool, okay, sort, srt, int, n, long, ln. Okay. Now we have double d. Okay. And then what we have? Char c. So I almost define everything. Anything which I left? No, right? Anything which I left? No. Now, so I said about default values, right? Already we discussed which type of value we can assign. Now you see, if you don't assign any value, okay, what will happen? What it will print? So we'll first check for boolean. So what is the default value for boolean? What is the default value for boolean? Anyone can, like any one of you?
It false.
False. What is the default value for sort?
Zero.
Okay. And what is the default value for double?
That is also zero.
Okay. So we'll check for int double. Okay. So it's false because by default, when you don't assign a value, by default JVM will assign a value. So which value it will assign? Whatever default value is predefined for that data type. For boolean, it's defined already predefined is sort. So sorry, false. So JVM is assigning false to boolean. Okay. Now we'll see sort. Okay. Zero. Okay. Now we'll see double. Clear? Right? Okay. Character also is a C. Same. This is 0. This is character 0. Okay. Clear? Okay. So now we'll talk about variable. Okay. What is variable? If anyone asks you, because you all are going to learn Java, so you learn data type basics, which type, what is the exact memory the data type has, the range, what is the default value, which is clear, seems like clear to everyone. Okay, anyhow, while writing program, we'll get more clarity. Okay, so the basic building block when you write a program, every time we'll define a variable. Okay, let me clear this. Okay, so every time we will define a variable. Okay, so variable, what is variable? So if I say int var equal to 5, so if I ask you what is var, so in the general sense, you can say that variable, it's like a container which holds user data. So this 5 is a user data, which who is holding this var, right? Clear? So, and also one thing, this variable is having memory of 4 byte. Why? Because it's having a data type integer. So you can say, so memory will be allocated for the variable while executing the program. When you execute the program, this will get a second. This will get memory allocated. Okay. Chalo. So now value of the variable can be changed any number of time during the program execution. So basically what happens when program run, right? Its name itself a variable, it's vary during the execution time. So that is the reason we call it variable. So what variable will do? So variable holds the data. Okay, and its value change during the program execution time. So we'll see. So let us assume I have int var 2. So, and I assign value 40. Okay. Now here I have just typed var 2 equal to var 1. Sorry, there is no var 1, var 2. Okay. And let me print this. So var 2, we'll see. So this is variable. I assign value 5. I define another variable, assign 40. And as a definition, I said that value of the variable change during the program execution time. Okay. So let me run this one and we'll see. 45. So var2 value is 40, but we perform this operation during the execution time, its value got changed. So whatever definition I'm saying, it's correct, right? It's hold a value and its value also can change during the program execution time. So clear everyone, right? Okay. Okay. Now a bit of basics. 1 second. So screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
So notepad is visible or code, this ID is visible to you guys?
Code, yeah, ID is
ID.
Okay, can you go to the ID part? Are you guys able to see that?
We are able to see the main program in your IntelliJ.
Okay, okay. Okay, let me share it again then. Okay. Okay. Now you guys able to see that? 1 second, seems like there is an issue. Stop sharing and there. Okay, so we have last 3 minutes remaining to quickly understand variable. Okay, so program you have seen that we are assigning value. Okay, so when you write int a, so exactly what will happen? So inside the memory, a block will get occupied. That block size is 4 byte. Lit and default value got assigned. So what is the default value? It's assigned to 0. Okay. When you declare boolean, so one small block is got assigned, which is less than 1 bit, I guess, and it store value called 0. 0 is a representation of false. Okay. Okay. Now come to the point. Similarly, any other data type which we talked about reference data type also. So we have not gone through that, but you just know how basically what. So string is a reference data type. So let assume I declare str. So what will happen? So a block reference data type size is 8 byte, right? 8 byte of memory block got assigned to this str variable. Okay, and it will store null. Null is a default value. Clear? Okay. Let assume if you write 99 here or 199. So what will happen? So what will happen? It will store 199 in this 4 byte of memory space. Clear? 4 byte of memory space. Clear? So We understand this basically through, there are two type of variable we have. Less than 1 minute is left. So probably next class, we'll talk about type of variable. So there are two type of variables: primitive variables, reference variable. So primitive variable, the variable we created with primitive data type are known as primitive. The variable who is get created with help of reference data type is known as reference variable. So next class we'll go deep into that primitive